When an African woman seeks an audience with the world in this manner, it means it's a very serious and grave situation that needs an immediate response and action. My name is Pin Samuan Dalimbalungu. Please call me Samuel. I'm from a country called Zambia. Zambia is a country found in southern Central Africa. I currently live and work in New York City. I'm a registered nurse by profession, and I'm also the founder and president of a 5103C organization called Save Zambia's Future Foundation, fighting HIV and AIDS effectively, taking care of the HIV orphans, and indeed eliminating poverty. I have a few concerns that I believe are truly imperative that the world hears them, because I know they'll be life-saving. HIV and AIDS has been with us for 25 years, and when HIV/AIDS came, the international leaders, the scientists, and the medical profession got together and found out anonymously that health education was the best defense against HIV/AIDS, while the scientists tried to look for a cure. Indeed, we used HIV, we used health education all over the world, and Zambia was one of the first few African countries that engaged in massive health education. And in those days, Kenneth Kaunda was still our president, and he made sure that the health education was everywhere, in clinics, hospitals, schools, on TV. We even talked about sex on Zambian TV. We talked about condoms. That's how much health education campaign there was in Zambia against HIV/AIDS. But look at us 25 years later. We have over 1.1 million HIV orphans, and we have, according to the Zambia National AIDS Board, we have 1 million HIV positive people, and only 12,000 of those get retrovirus. And sadly enough, 60% of all new HIV infection are in young girls 15 and 24 years of age. What proof do we need? Look at sub-Sahara people. When HIV/AIDS came, indeed, we ran to health education. But up to now, we must reach a point where we're able to, evaluate how effective health education has been against HIV/AIDS. It hasn't been effective at all, because if it had been effective, I wouldn't be here sitting and talking about HIV. And my country that only has 11 million people wouldn't have so much HIV infection, and indeed so many HIV orphans. We have failed to fight HIV using health education, because up to now we haven't found a cure for HIV, and health education is the only thing we have. It's time for us to consider HIV/AIDS as a powerful enemy. And as you face a powerful enemy, you usually have two choices. Either you surrender and let the enemy take over, or you go back and use the best strategies by taking together all the heads in the army and all the intelligent people in that army and discuss how best you could fight the enemy. We haven't done that with HIV. I know HIV/AIDS is not a threat to most of the Western world, but to sub-Sahara it is a threat. And remember how everybody says Africans are the only ones that can dig themselves out of all this situation. But here I am, an African that has solutions to not just fight HIV effectively, but also eliminate poverty. You must understand, like in my country, Zambia, poverty is one of the miraculous medium that has sustained HIV/AIDS for so long. That's why HIV/AIDS is highest in women. Because of poverty, we have massive unemployment rate in my country. I think we're the only country in the world that has 98% unemployment rate, even more. So we must come to this point in life where, as human beings, we must be sympathetic to Africa, to sub-Sahara. I know the international world has done so much. They're giving us free retrovirals, and they've done so much. But that is not enough. We have to stop HIV/AIDS. We cannot kill it, but we can paralyze it. And I have methods that we can use to paralyze HIV/AIDS, especially in my country, Zambia, because you must understand every country is different. Zambia is different from Zimbabwe, from Malawi, from Angola, only because we have different values and traditions and culture. And because of the different cultures, tradition and values, we react different to given situation. So we have to custom make the way we fight HIV in every country. Zambia cannot fight HIV the way America fights HIV. It's impossible, because even the mode of spread of HIV in Zambia and America are completely different. We have to custom make the way we fight HIV in every country. We are dying, people. Zambia is going extinct. It has been projected, even as I stand here, that by the year 2050, 6.5 million Zambians would have died of HIV. We are going extinct. And as an African and a Zambian that loves our country, I'm speaking out. I know I'm just a simple little nurse. I can't not just sit and wait and look at my people dying every day. I was lucky enough to be in New York City. And I thought, you know what? I may not be rich. I may not be a star, but I do have the voice. And it's this voice that I'm reaching out to the whole world and say, please people, just this moment, sit and think. Think about Zambia. Think about Zimbabwe. Think about the African countries that are dying of HIV. We can stop this. We can stop HIV, but we must accept first that health education alone as the only weapon to fight HIV has lamentably failed. And yes, I have written a book, though no one wants to publish it. I have written a book on how we can fight HIV and poverty effectively in my country. And if it does work for Zambia, it will work for other countries as well. What is wrong with trying what I've done? Look, what more can we lose? We are dying. We've died in millions. We've died and we keep on dying. Will it hurt us further to try new methods to fight HIV/AIDS? No, I do not think so. I'm calling upon all the HIV activists, Bono, Oprah Winfrey, everybody that cares about humanity, everybody, please raise with me with a new voice and say, yes, let's hear of the new methods to stop HIV/AIDS. We cannot kill it, but we can paralyze it. And if we can paralyze it, we'll be able to slow it down. And where HIV/AIDS, we should reach a point in every country that will be able to afford the state-of-the-art HIV medication. At this point, we haven't done that at all. We have to come to this point in life where everybody in the world must say with one voice, indeed, let's stop and think about the ways we're fighting HIV/AIDS. We must come together as a people, as a world. I want to tell people something, that you know what? I've lived in New York City for 8 years, and I've looked at ways, the way we live as humanity all over the world. From Zambia, I've traveled in so many countries. And you know the sad part? I've realized that, you know what? We're so advanced. Look at us. We go to the moon. We create nuclear weapons. We even operate on babies when they're still in the uterus. We're so advanced. People go to space now just to have fun. And yet, we fail to understand one simple fact, that we as human beings, we are the same at the core of what makes a human being. It doesn't matter the color of our skin. It doesn't matter our religion beliefs. We are the same. We feel, we hurt, we laugh, we smile. And yes, we do have dreams, people. We dream the same. Look at me, I'm a Zambian born and bred. But I did have dreams. Just like any other person in America, in Japan, in England, in China, to be happy, to see a world where my children are disease-free and can advance in life as productive human beings. I want to tell the world that, you know what, our forefathers, we call them savages, we call them civilized. Of course, they weren't as civilized as we are. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have the cell phone. Of course they killed each other. Of course they hated each other just because they were different in appearance and they had different religious backgrounds. But we are above that. Who are the savages? Our forefathers that did not understand, or us who are this civilized, and yet up to now in 2006 we fail to understand that humanity, a simple fact that all humanity is the same, that we must help each other, that there should not be reason we shouldn't help another person next to us just because they're different color, just because they pray differently. We must not. We're supposed to be the civilized, the ones that are so advanced in technology. And yet look at us today. I want every person in the world to stop and think, are we better than our ancestors really? Are we? No, we're not. Because our ancestors didn't have all this technology. They weren't this advanced. But we do have the technology. How come we fail to understand that we as human beings are the same? That we hurt the same, and it's time for us to throw out our differences and help each other. Look at the children of Sub-Sahara. Look at how many HIV orphans there are in Sub-Sahara. We can make that difference, and we should start. Please work with me. Work with me. Come to me and let's work together. I have the methods of fighting HIV/AIDS. Yes, I do. And please do not look away. Do not turn away. You know why the world is so hard now? Look at how horrible the world is. It's the indifference of good men. Good men that can help. Good men who, if they said something, could change the world, but have not said the word. They've never raised their hand and said, no, that is wrong. I'm calling upon those good men that have been indifferent to show that they care about what is happening to the whole world. Let's stop HIV/AIDS. Let's stop poverty. Let's do it right now. Let's not be indifferent. I know it's hard for people to just give money to people they do not know, because I'm experiencing that with my organization. As you know, I understand that. Having lived in New York City, I understand how hard money is. So I thought, you know what? Even if I'm just a poor nurse, I cannot just sit and watch my people in Zambia die. That's why I came up with Save Zambia's Future Foundation. I'm having a sponsored walk on 27th October 2006. I'm walking from Long Island Railroad in Jamaica, New York, to City Hall in Manhattan. And I've been writing to organizations to sponsor me. And believe it or not, everybody says no. State Farm, Citico, Merrill Lynch, Trump, Walmart, Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation, they all say we're not a priority. Even $1, let's work together. I'm calling upon those people that live in New York City area to support me. It doesn't have to be monetary. You can come with me, meet me as I terminate my work at City Hall. I'm walking alone. I'm not even asking anybody to walk with me. I'm doing it for my people because I'm the one that hurt. I'm the one that has lost so many people. And I said, you know what, I'm going to work for Zambia. Please, if you live in the New York City area, come with me. You don't have to walk with me. You can meet me at the start of my walk at Long Island Railroad in Jamaica Station or at City Hall. I just say, you know what? We as human beings, we're fighting together. And for those companies that I wrote to that said no, please reconsider. State Farm, you can afford even $100. Citicorp, you can afford even $1. Merrill Lynch, you know, it doesn't have to be monetary. You can do it so many ways. You can teach me how to invest. That's a way of donating, because if you teach me how to invest, I'll teach my people. And if I can eliminate poverty, half the fight of HIV would have been won. Trump, Mr. Trump can show me how to do real estate. You can say, I'm ready to learn. There's so many ways everybody can donate. It doesn't have to come from the Trump bank. No, it can come from the people that work for Trump. They can all donate $1. It will go a long way. Walmart and Bill Gates and Melinda, this told me the foundation, that the person that is in charge of Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation, they told me we're not a priority. We are one of the number 3, always have been top 3 countries infected by HIV/AIDS. If Zambia is not a priority, then who is a priority? Zambia has 98% unemployment rate. There's so much poverty, so much HIV/AIDS. Children literally bring themselves up. Do you know that 86% of all the children that are orphaned and live alone, the oldest child that's bring up the other sibling is only 16 and less? Think about that. We can change the world. You know what? If the world became a better place, if there was no HIV and we're able to take care of orphans and there's no senseless poverty, we can do it. Oprah, Bono, Mr. Sergeant Elton, and all the HIV activists here, the ones that love humanity, that like I do, please come with me. Let's fight this fight together. Contact me. You can go to my website, SaveZambia'sFuture.org. SaveZambia'sFuture.org. Please, let's fight this war against HIV/AIDS, against poverty. We can do it. We are human beings, and do not forget that our indifference, the indifference of good men, the indifference of ordinary men, have made what the world is. We should not be indifferent anymore, and the world needs every one of us human beings to stand together as one people, as one heart, and say, away with HIV, away with poverty. We must fight together. Come people, fight with me. Again, my name is Pinsa Malungu. I'm just a humble nurse that love my country, and I refuse to give up just because I'm poor and I don't have money. I can fight HIV, and I have the methods. I have the solutions to the poverty and to the HIV in my country. Please work with me, contact me. And see you on October 27th when I do that sponsored work. Bye. God bless. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for taking up your time, but it was worth the cause.